quarter. Eagles up 6-0, second and 12 from the Bears 25. Carson Wentz to Zach Ertz. What a massive game.
Big game for Ertz. Probably gets away with a push off there. A lot of contact, but so hard. He's just so long and so big. Yes.
Mitch Trubisky is struggling, man. Like there's no way around it.
Now, in the first half, as you look at that there, and Chris Berman said we were watching them, they were averaging 16 inches per play.
They had 9 yards of offense in the first half. No joke. 9 yards of offense. So Berman's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong. Inches per play. That's not good.
All right, this is a little bit better. David Montgomery getting the first down. That's a 30-yard gain right there. 30 yards, I tell you. Handing off to Montgomery again here. Bears down 19-14. 2 minutes left. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Dallas Goedert on the screen gets the first down. The Eagles will kick a field goal to ice it. They win this one 22-14 the final. So you look at the numbers for Trubisky right there. Again, 10 for 21, 125 yards. Just not good enough. However, Carson Wentz, 26 of 39 for 239 and a touchdown. Here's Doug Peterson on the growth of his squad. We've won 2 in a row.
What I see with this football team and kind of what we've done, what we've gone through, some of the adversity we've been faced with injury and all the, all the nitpicking here, there on the outside from the media, whatever, is this team finds a way to stick together and to battle. Things are starting to come for us, and we just got to continue to trust our process and continue to build and grow and, just take it one at a time.
It's frustrating for all of us. It's not what we wanted or where we know we should be. And so that's where it's at. But we gotta do everything we can to stick together and to make sure that we keep fighting. I will say this: it's no consolation prize, but the guys fought till the end. And so being down like we were, 19-0, they never gave back, and I appreciate about that. I appreciate that part, but it doesn't mean anything really for the win-loss.
Now imagine they had that fight and the offense clicking at the same time, then you got something, because the Bears offense right now struggling in a big way, producing a total of 164 yards of offense, only 10 first downs. Their fewest so far under any game with Matt Nagy as coach. They only possessed the ball for 19 minutes and 42 seconds in today's loss, the Bears' worst time of possession in a game in a decade. Sal Palantono joining us now from Philadelphia, and the narrative around the Eagles might be changing a little bit, Sal. They're now 5-4 after a couple wins in a row. What's been the key to their turnaround recently?
I would say togetherness in one word. This was a fractured football team after losing to Dallas on the road and the Vikings on the road back-to-back. They go up to Buffalo and beat a very good Buffalo team, a very good defense in Buffalo, and then they come here and they've got 40 minutes plus of time of possession against the Bears defense that was ranked top 5 in most categories. They had that team meeting prior to the game against the Buffalo Bills, and they have come together as a football team. From an X's and O's standpoint, we asked Carson Wentz the same question, and here was his answer.
I think we all feel good about where we're at. Again, there's things the last 2 weeks that we've left out there for sure, but to be able to go against 2 good football teams and come away with a win, defense playing great, offensively sealing the deal late in the game on both these last 2 weeks, I think gives us a lot of confidence going into the bye week. And we were able to weather the storm of those couple losses and kind of everything going on, and everyone stayed together. And it's been I've really liked what I've seen from everybody, and we're a lot of confidence going forward.
A lot of confidence. They are over 500. They're now going into the bye with the New England Patriots looming here at Lincoln Financial Field in 2 weeks, and then the Seattle Seahawks after that. We asked Doug Peterson about the self-scouting that will go on with this football team, and he said, we're going to look at third down and we're going to look at red zone offense.
Absolutely. You can feel good about yourself by right now, but as you mentioned, they're a tough schedule coming up. Thank you, Sal.
Let's dig into both teams individually. Let's start with the Eagles. Over the last 2 weeks, they have rushed for 384 yards. Take us inside.
Well, and I think they're doing different things offensively, in the run game. And they have a back that I think will run downhill. Actually, a couple of backs that'll run downhill and be physical. And think about this Bears defense. They're a good group. So running right at them, not a bad idea. Inside zone run play is the call. So zone run game, basically everybody's going to be moving together. You're going to get a seal backside. But basically, you want to wash everything down. Just look at this picture for Howard, the running back. I mean, you want to talk about washing it down. From Lane Johnson over, they basically just squeeze that thing all the way to the left, which allows Howard to wind this thing back. And he's a punishing runner. And so when he's finishing on secondary players, that's a good thing for your offense. Then you get down into the red zone. You know, Sal talking about them looking at their red zone offense. They're going to run the football. It's going to be a different type of run scheme. Smilo, the left guard, is going to pull. It's a power run. It's a one-back power. So you're going to have the backside guard pull, and everybody else basically is blocking down. So Lane Johnson's got to wash it down, and you're going to get that big guard pulling up into the hole. Well, just take a look at this guy. We freeze it right here. You got a 330-pound left guard, you know, filling this hole basically here against a linebacker that he outmatches. And then the key to this is they continue to work. Look at Lane Johnson there. You know, a lot of guys think, okay, hey, here's the hole. Well, it's not, because you basically have a secondary player who's the force there. Look at this wind back for a nice big run in the red zone because of the way that the Eagles offensive line is finishing blocks. That's really, really good. And listen, it wasn't a perfect performance, but especially when you play a team that's maybe not playing their best, especially offensively, it's pretty good when you're able to just turn it and hand it to your back. And it also helps you seal a game, much like Carson Wentz was talking about, you know, in his interview.
Okay, so you go macro, and I think we all know this about Trubisky being drafted ahead of Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. Then you go micro, and you talk about last week with the Bears not trying to even get an extra yard in that failed field goal attempt against the Chargers. So that's kind of the gamut. Yeah. He didn't look good again today. 9 yards in the first half for the offense. Where do you stand on Trubisky right now?
I think he's a guy that's completely lost his confidence. And that's a scary thing because it doesn't matter the play that's drawn up. It's a little bit like the second baseman that can't throw the ball to first base. You're like, wait a second, I've seen you do it. You can do it. I just think he's a guy that he's held on to the ball. Like when he struggled and would miss a throw, then we'd see him hold on to the football like he was afraid to just cut it loose. He doesn't look comfortable. And I know he's playing, you know, with a banged up, you know, left shoulder and all of that. But it's one of these scary things because it's not about X's and O's at this point for him. It's really about where is he mentally feeling like he can deliver. And that's something that's hard to hide from your football team. And I think it's probably the hardest thing to overcome. Guys can overcome bad decisions because you learn from a mistake. But when it's something beyond that, like it's your confidence, it's nearly impossible to play through that.
And you know that, speaking QB to QB, a team that may have lost confidence in their quarterback, the Titans, how much confidence do the Panthers still have in Cam Newton? A battle of Heisman Trophy winners, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, ready to go. McCaffrey would have a great game. Kyle Allen suddenly looked a little bit better than last week against the Niners.
He certainly did. It helps when your best offensive player is wide open in the flat.
Christian McCaffrey being that best offensive player from 1 yard out. It's 24-7. The route is on. Tim, the scrimmage yards record is in serious jeopardy. 166, 3 total touchdowns for McCaffrey.
And it's crazy when he's ripping runs off like this. Credit to the offensive line because I'm not sure he was touched until Adoree Jackson, you know, tried to get a hold of him at the end there. Guys up front blocking well for him, and he's doing it all, inside and outside in the passing game. He's been incredible.
He has, and there's been some news this week that Cam is not rehabbing the way the team would have thought. That's another issue for another day, but Kyle Allen is back on track. Here's Ron Rivera.
I wonder if you had happened to hear the MVP chants after Christian's last touchdown and your thoughts on and his season in general.
Well, I'll tell you what, he is most certainly, I think, in the conversation, but it's still early. We've got this only halfway, and you don't get awards for half the season. So, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, it's like I said, we're playing really good team football. You know, last week was a tough one, but this week I thought our guys bounced back well.
We know early if we're going to get some of these 4-yard, 5-yard runs on certain plays, you know, we have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of confidence in our O-line that there's going to be a hole that opens up and we'll be able to, you know, break one. So it's just about staying patient and staying true to your eyes, true to your reads, and you know when there is a hole, you got to hit it because those don't come around a whole lot.
He's got some good genes. His dad is a terrific wide receiver. His brothers are turning out to be good college football players. 1,200 scrimmage yards and 12 TDs in your first 8 games. There's not a lot of guys that have done it, but I feel safe saying anytime you're on a list with TD, Dickerson, and Jim Brown, you're doing something right.
You're good. All right, let's head over to London. AFC South Showdown. Cue the music. Deshaun Watson and the Texans taking on the Jaguars. Second quarter, 3-0, 2nd and 6. The pocket closing here, but Watson looking so calm and cool.
Wow. I mean, he's so competitive in the pocket. I mean, he's an amazing athlete. We know all of that. But his competitiveness in the pocket is impressive.
Hooks up with Darren Fells here for the play action and touchdown.
Might be the shortest pass.
Yeah, that's right.
I've ever seen.
That one's nice and easy for him. He's not messing that one up. Third quarter, Carlos Hyde had himself a game. He was a beast in this one.
And, we've seen him have good games. He runs hard, and the Jacksonville Jaguars for just a little bit, very little production there.
48-yard run on that one, that particular play. Duke Johnson bouncing to the outside, makes his way to the inside. The Texans, it was all Texans in this one, 26-3 the final. When you look at the numbers on Hyde, he actually had 160 rushing yards in this contest, so he put up big-time numbers. So did Deshaun Watson.
Minshew throwing it 47 times probably is not the formula for that team.
We're talking about that up. Yeah, 309 yards for him, 2 interceptions. They got a decision to make coming up. But Deshaun Watson, I am pretty sure, is about to get a new sponsorship deal.
It did. Yeah, Popeyes, man. Shout out to Popeyes. They, send me. I shouldn't be eating fast food, but I don't know. I guess my background is just, I love it. So, I don't know. It's just kind of, we got ties. Shout out to Popeyes. It's a lot of football left, a lot of opportunities left, so it's going to be a lot more fun plays, a lot more crazy throws and all types of stuff. So, I can just kind of react, and the more people are trying to get me down, the more crazy to get for sure.
I haven't spoken to either quarterback yet, and I hate, talking to the media with my plans, but my plans were, again, the disappointment of the team, not performing well will be on my mind now for the next 48 hours. I think after those 48 hours are over, I'm going to step away a little bit and take a break because I don't have to make a decision or have time. That's what I'm going to talk to the quarterbacks about. And then I'll tell them probably right before we come back on Sunday, we'll be able to discuss where we're going to go.
So an interesting decision to make there. The Texans had no decision to make at all. Deshaun Watson attempted a career-high 12 pass attempts today from outside the pocket. It comes just a week after 11 such attempts, which included his game-winning touchdown against the Raiders after having his eye kicked in. Watson has completed 70% of his passes from outside the pocket after completing just 47 in the first 7 games. So we're seeing improvement there. Tim, thank you for the insights. We'll see you in the next hour. RC Ryan Clark joining us too